Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a Source SDK Hammer Editor tutorial. I'm Dylan, and I know there's a lot of, Portal 2 related things on my channel as of now, but I mean, hey, that ain't necessarily a bad thing. Portal 2 is a pretty gnarly looking game, and I know you're here because you want to make some pretty gnarly looking maps. So, first tutorial in Portal 2 authoring tools is basically showing you how to download it, and I'm going to be showing you the basics of making a map, what the tools are, and maybe making a very simple room to start off with. Alright, first things first. Those of you are probably like, what is Hammer? Basically, it is a map editor by Valve to help create all the maps you see in Portal, Portal 2, CSGO, Left 4 Dead, any Valve game. They made it in there. Half-Life, all the maps are made in this editor, Hammer Editor, Hammer World Editor. It's not the best, it's kind of old, but I mean, it does the job. So, where you're going to get this is in your library. Go into Steam, go into your library, go into your tools. Now, I have Counter-Strike Global Offensive SDK. You can get that if you want. That's for Global Offensive maps, but I mean, I'm not going to be teaching you how to do that, although it's basically the same exact thing, just without portals and with actual guns. There's plenty of tutorials out there. Portal 2 authoring tools. You want to scroll down to that. It's probably going to be grayed out. You're going to double click it and install it as if you would any other game. And it's not very big. It's going to take 10 minutes. Not even. Probably 5 minutes. Not even. It's very small. Open it, and then once you actually click on it, you're going to be prompted with this gross green vomit. You want to go into Hammer World Editor. I'm not going to be touching any of these because, frankly, these last four are complete garbage. Maybe you might use a model viewer. I doubt it. First one, Hammer World Editor. Bingo. You're going to open it up, and it's going to be blank. Probably like, not like that. Probably something like this. You want to go to File and New. Now, let me run you through what all this is. This is your camera view. There's nothing there now because we don't have a map, obviously, so you can't see it. This is what you'll actually be seeing in 3D space. This is your top camera. This is your side camera, and well, not even camera, your side view, and this is your front view. So when you make a box, you'll actually see what the box looks like here. You're going to see the top-down bird's eye view on this panel. You're going to see the side of it on the X and Z, and you're going to see the front of it on the Y and Z on this one. Normally, you'll just have to mix and match them just to figure out which one's which, but really not that hard. Pretty simple, very user-friendly. Now, first thing first, you want to probably save it, although there's nothing really you did. What? I have no idea. We're just going to save this. I'm going to call this U2U. No! Okay, yes, tube. Yeah, yes. I'm going to go open up yeast. I'm just going to save it as yeast. Why not? Basically, this is our selection tool up here. Now, I'm going to create a box really quickly. I'm going to show you what all this is in just a second. I just want to show you. It'll be easier with the tools. Okay, as you can see, we have a cube here, made with some gross metal. This is where we see it in 3D space. If you want to fly around, you want to hit Z. Z is how you, do this, and WSAD to move forward and back. Z, you're off to clicky thingy. Okay. If you ever end up going super duper big, that's actually never mind that. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, okay. If this ends up happening and you're like, oh my god, where am I? In any of the tools, you probably just hit Shift Z. So you want to hit Shift Z, and that's you would do that. Where's the okay? In any of them really. Okay, so this is going to be the top view right here. This is the selection tool, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm jumping everywhere. First tool, selection tool. That's when you click on stuff. You can drag it around in space. The top, this is the side, and this is also the front. So you can go up and down, anywhere you really want. You can drag certain stuff in the 3D space. It just gets confusing. Just stick to the grids. It'll be easy. Magnify tool, really no one uses it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you just go like that. You actually zoom in. Usually you would just scroll. Scrolling's a lot easier. You could just do that. Scroll out. This is as big as the world can be. I doubt any of you are going to be making a map this big. Unless you're recreating the entire game. But, I mean, I doubt you're going to be doing that. If you're ever, so far out here and you're like, oh no, just scroll all the way out. Find where your project is. Kind of, hover your cursor over it and just zoom back in. You might need to go in and out a couple times to fiddle with it right. Anyways, so yeah, that's zooming in and out. Camera, honestly, I have no idea what this does. Oh. Oh, I guess that's... Oh, okay. So if you don't want to hit Z, I guess, that would be this view. I guess. I actually... If there actually is a... What in the world are you? Alright. Never do that. Oh, no. Where's my... Okay. I'm learning new things. Basically, the only thing that you want to worry about is the selection tool, this light bulb, which is the entity tool. You can click in 3D space, that's easy. The block tool, this toggle texture application, basically looks like some blue, red, and green box, and then this complete brick box. And then that's usually it for the basics. You might use these two afterwards. These, the one with like the green goo in it, and the one with the slice cut out of it. Those are really the only ones you're going to be needing to actually build your map. You're going to be doing the block tool, which is basically the white box. So what we want to do now is I'm going to make a room around 512 by, that looks around right. There's a couple ways on how to make a room. If you want to make a room, you literally could just do this and hit enter and then make it hollow by going tools, make hollow, and then how thick you want it, how many units. Usually I would go negative because you don't want it messing up the textures on the inside of your map, so I would usually go like a -2, which actually brings it out. You can see the walls have a little thickness to it. You see, I'm kind of through it now. You can literally just do that and make it hollow, and that's good like that. Normally I don't like doing this because I like to have full control of like all my walls and whatnot. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to recreate a little thing just like... how do I have it? I actually have no idea how I had it. That looked about right. Oh, no. I want to have it a nice measurement. That's good. I would usually make it... How high? God, I need to stop doing that. That's really annoying. Make sure you click on the stuff because then it's just going to get out of hand. 1 unit, which is 66. Oh, also, if your grid is like super big like this and you can only make boxes the size of like King Kong, use your bracket keys. Big bracket makes it, or the right bracket, or closed bracket makes it bigger. Open bracket makes it a lot smaller. Be sure it might look like you have a normal grid, but then when you actually start selecting the stuff, it's going all over the place. That's probably because you have a really small grid. Bump up your brackets a bit, and then you should be able to snap to the grid. Also, if it's not working, I'm pretty sure you can go to like tools or something like this. I don't know, somewhere. No, that's definitely not it. There's a way if it's like completely all messed up. Okay, map snap to grid. Shift W. If it's still going like this and your brackets are all fine, go to map snap to grid or Control W. It'll snap then. All right. So we have our floor. I'm going to select the floor texture. How you do this is on the right side. You're going to hit browse, and there's a filter down here. This is what you're going to type in. It's actually very specific, and probably so specific that you don't even know the certain names to everything. So I would just go with simple wall, floor, concrete, metal, water, stuff like that. Very simple, so it gives you a ton of stuff. Usually wall's the best because it shows you most of the metals and most of the actual concretes, even some of the older ones from Cave Johnson Chambers. My favorite metal is the black. It just looks really clean, really nice, and really awesome. Alright, so now as you can see, your texture isn't really matching upright because I know exactly how high I want this. I want this to be 3 concrete slabs high, but it's kind of 2 and 2 halves, which make 3, but it doesn't look good. Basically, what you would do is you're going to go to the toggle texture application. That's the green and blue box. You're going to open it up, and you're going to see this little tiny window. It might seem like a lot. It really isn't. Basically, you can select certain faces. So if you don't want to change the texture of a whole entire block, you can select a face or hold control and select multiple faces. I'm gonna select this whole entire thing, this whole block, and you can browse for a texture, and like as of like a replace texture, you would hit a reply, not replace. Just browse and apply. Control Z to undo, or you can go up here and choose the undo and redo. If they're not lining up properly, I actually just want to find the correct texture just to have. If they're not lining up properly, go to the justify portion. I actually didn't even know about this until very recently. I've actually been mapping for a while. I've never actually finished projects, really. I've finished a couple CSGO projects, but I've always just been having like fun playing with this editor. You can really do anything you want. But I just learned what this is. Justify, this L stands for left, R is for right, FT is, well, actually FIT is for fit, T is for top, B is for bottom, C is for center. I'm very good at the alphabet. So left, it would kind of match up the textures a little bit better. And then if I go to bottom, it doesn't really see a difference. Top, you definitely see a difference. Don't ever do fit, or else it's going to look exactly like this picture here, and not what you want. Perfect. We have a little room. Very nice. Very cool. Save it. Always save it. Hammer crashes a lot. So yeah, that's basically it. Also, always do this no matter what. Sometimes if you just keep this like map just as it is, and you make this level, and it's when you try to recompile it, it's gonna be like, oh, there's a error leak in like big red text. Big red text. Big red text is very scary, and people might not know what to do. All you have to do, all that means is that something is leaking out of the map. Like your players start, it might be like kind of outside, kind of leaking like that. That's a no-no. That is a no-no. That means you are breaking the world. Like, think of this big black void as a giant universe. If you come out of this little space shuttle thing, you're going to die. That's very dark, but it's a very good analogy. I never actually thought of that until now. So to do that, you want to make your own little inside. You can use another I'm getting a thingy. This is when I would usually make a big box, a lot bigger than your room, and I would hit enter, and then I would go to tools, make hollow, and you can set this to anything, because I'm not taking the time to make a perfect box. Although it's kind of, you know, metal, and although you're not going to be seeing the outside, I still want to make it black. Be careful when you type in black, though, because there's a lot of tools. You want to look for the exact same one, because you don't want to look for skybox black, or sky black up, whatever, or no GLF, something like that. You want to go to tools, but tools black, no portal. So if you somehow do get out here, you cannot portal onto this black. That means that's it. Yeah, you cannot portal on the outside. And it looks exactly the same, except we're actually outside. So on the inside, how you would create a player start is actually very, very simple. You are going to go to this light bulb with the entity tool. This is where everything is made. Everything. You are going to click, and you're going to see this Gordon Freeman looking guy. That's it. That's you. You can now move you around. Be sure to put it a little above the floor. Although it's already above, make the grid pretty small. Just have it one up above, and you would look good. You look really nice in here. Just like that, and that's it. Save it. You're done. Double click it to open up this properties menu. In the class, you are going to type in weapon underscore portal gun. Hit apply. There you go. And when you put the portal gun on him, you can leave it on the floor as like a prop. Usually you want to spawn with it, so you're going to put it right inside. Probably just put it right in the center of him. Easy peasy. That looks a little wrong. Lemon squeezy. Type in light. I'm going to hit OK, apply, and I'm going to move it around a bit just so it's right in the center of my room. Right, try to match up the X's. X's are usually good. X's are usually right in the middle. Okay, good. The light looks like this. You can name it. I probably wouldn't name a light, but I mean you can. Very basic light, by the way. Brightness color, you can choose a color. You can choose like a super duper green if you want. Hit apply, and it should show up, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm not weird. No, I'm kidding. Do what you want. Brightness scale HDR. This is what you want to change. 1 is very dim. I'm gonna boost mine up to like 300, but it really all depends on how you want your level to look. That's it. You can literally do custom appearance. You can make it like a gentle pulse, fast strobe, candle, flicker, something like that. I'm just going to keep mine a normal, very basic light. Hit apply. You might need a couple of these in your level. I'm thinking this would just be enough. I'm going to actually add 2 just so it looks good. Not 3. Why don't we? Why not? Just like that. So we're going to spawn in. We're going to have some lights, and it's going to be great. Save it. Now how to compile it. is you're going to hit this little 3 dot thing, or you can go to File, Run Map, or F9. I usually click on this. You want to run BSP normal, run VIS normal, and run RAD normal. Don't run the game after compiling, because then it just gets annoying. I would much rather already have the game open. This is actually a map that I've been working on. I made it like a little custom elevator, but that's not what we're doing here. And wait for key press to when done compiling. So if there's an error and it says finished, it doesn't just poof away and you're like, oh no, what was that error? You always have it open until you hit a certain key. So don't run the game after compiling, so you open it up yourself, so it doesn't open up right after you. Hit OK. Let's see if we have nothing to do. It'll open up this black command box. Don't worry about yellow text unless it's like super duper if it makes you super mad. I really wouldn't worry about it. It's gonna do its thing. It shouldn't take too long if it's pretty quick. Oh look, map yeast, and it just said finished. I have no errors. I can't speak. Any key to close. Boom. Now we're gonna go into Portal 2, and if you don't have Developer Console open, it's in Options. Allow Developer Console. Enable that now. That's what you want. Boom, and then you hit the little tilde, however you want to say it. It'll open up this box. How you load up your map is this: map space your map name. Usually you would go SP or MP. I'm pretty sure we just called it yeast. It should show up. Hit enter. You should load into your map, and it looks great. Look how beautiful and lit up it is. We spawn with our portal gun. We can portal around. So awesome. We are Chell. We are not that stupid thing from the thing. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And stay tuned for my next tutorial. It's gonna be great. Boom.